So in this video, we're gonna do a quick unboxing. Maybe it might not be quick, it's a little bit on the longer side, but I got a couple other things with my Steam Deck. Yes, we're gonna be unboxing the Steam Deck. So much to go over with this guy. I can't even wrap my head about where to even start with this. I'll do a separate video on all my accessories and mods and all that other stuff. But at the end of this video, if you do stick around for the end, I will go over some of the features and some of the stuff that I've been enjoying on the Steam Deck, maybe some of the games that I have downloaded. Other than that, y'all enjoy the video. If you do, hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. I'll catch y'all in the next clip. 1 year already in the game, and this thing has been dominating the tech space. People absolutely love this thing. I tried to hold off. I didn't think I was gonna want to get it until maybe like the second iteration came out, but once I saw the birthday special, I had to get a slice of that cake. So I went out, took the jump, purchased this for 10% off the original price. So I did go with the lowest end version to, you know, save some dollars. Pay, what was it, $360 give or take is what the, well, $380 with tax was probably like the final price with shipping and everything. Well, shipping was free, I believe, for the 64 gigabyte Steam Deck. We'll talk about it more, but I'm just gonna get right into the unboxing. I want to get my hands on with this. There's a lot of things to do with this guy. This is how it came exactly in the mail. This is what you'll get if you purchase it. Looks like we get some type of instructions, power on. So yeah, you'll have to plug in the charger to power it on. And I might say this quite a few times. I'm catching myself say it right now. Stream Deck might come out instead of Steam Deck. The difference between the 64 and the other two models, which is the 256 and the 512, is they get a matte screen. And of course, they got the better memory with the higher, obviously, memory. And it's a NVMe 4.0. This one isn't. I have an upgrade coming in. It won't be here till a couple days later from now. So I will be doing a video on the full upgrade. So here we are with the charger. This is what we're gonna need. Do exactly what I was just speaking of. Now, the one thing I was seeing in all the videos is it's a all-in-one charger, so it's not like USB-C or anything like that on the other end, which I'm a little disappointed in, especially if there's any faults in the wire. You're gonna have to get a whole new charger. Again, it is USB-C, very nice. As we all know, USB-C everything. Nothing else inside the box. You do get some writing in here. Now, the contents are on the packaging here. Video game machine and case, obviously. That's what the Steam Deck is in. Your games are going places, literally. A lot of you might have a Switch like I do and kind of be sitting on the fence if you should get one of these. Is it worth it over the Switch? I mean, the Switch has an OLED screen, and I just, not too long ago, probably less than a year ago, I got it. So, but when it comes to these third-party games, especially the games that come off from like console or PC games, they just don't run very well on the Switch. So it kind of lacks that all-in-one handheld gaming experience. But that's where this guy comes into play. This is where this is going to supplement all that. This will literally be the all-in-one everything. I'm so hyped right now to get this up and running. All the mods you can do, all the tinkering and modifications you can do with this guy is unreal, especially comparing it to the Switch. It's not even on the same playing field. Now, if you don't get the higher end storage, you get just the basic case letting you know you're basic. You get no color. Other ones that are not basic get a blue dot letting you know you're a cheap bastard and you only bought the very bare minimum. But that's where they're wrong, because we're just smarter and we're able to take apart this and upgrade the SD card. Now, some of you might be like, well, I want that matte screen. Now, I'm not worried about the matte screen. That was like something I was debating. Is it going to be something I'm going to want? Honestly, no. I'm coming from a Switch OLED that has a screen just as reflective as this, and I honestly like the look of the reflective screen, like just that shinier black rather than the matte black. And if it's really that bothersome, you can get a matte screen protector and it will be almost close enough as the screen being matte. Now, if you're really picky, you can purchase the matte screen and get it replaced, or you replace it yourself, or maybe you can find a place to do it for you. That is another option, but that's for the people who are tinkers. So now this is the OLED edition. I do have videos on Switch, so if you want to see those, I'll have those linked down below. This is definitely not as thick as I thought it was going to feel in the hands. When I was watching these videos, it looks a lot bigger than how how it feels in hand. It looks massive. Even looking through the monitor right now on the recording, this thing looks big, but it does not feel that way. Whatever you're thinking it may feel like, it's not that big. You are getting a definitely bigger device compared to the Switch. Mine's obviously a little bit bigger because the Satisfy grip almost close to the width. You got your volume buttons. You got your obviously your ventilation right there for dispersing heat. You got your USB-C, not 4.0, so no, you won't be able to hook up any external GPUs or anything like that unless you do it through the M.2 slot. You got your power button right here on the top. So you got your bumper right here. Not much traveling distance. As soon as you grab the device, your hands are just ready to go. Right here, straight to the left. You don't have to move very far. You got yourself the D-pad. It's definitely more on the mushier side than clicky. Over here, you got yourself the A, B, Y, X button. You got your menu button right here on the top, right next to those. Very natural. They're not like down here and up here, so very natural feeling with the Joy-Cons. Beneath each Joy-Con, you do get yourself a touch sensitive pad here. So essentially you'll be able to utilize this like a mouse type thing and move around just rubbing your finger on the touchpad. Very cool concept. I have not used this technology on Steam stuff. I know Steam's had this out on like their controller. They've had a controller that was nothing but these touchpad style things, which was a unique idea. A lot of people didn't like it for whatever reason. I never had one, so I don't know. So they implemented all these things that they've learned from the past into one amazing device. Next on here, you got your Steam button. I don't know what that does. I have not used this yet. We're doing unboxing. And you got your 3 dots. I do know this will open up your quick settings when in games. I just need to get my hands on it. I need to get this thing set up. I got a lot more things for you guys to see on the unboxing. Got myself the dbrand special here. Got the USB angles here, so that way I'll be able to use any USB-C cable I have and have an angle. You'll go ahead and just like plug it in right into whatever cable, because the charger port is on the top here. Plug it in right here at the top, and you go ahead and have your cable, you know, come out rather than up and down, have that droop. I got the 512 micro SD card A2 edition. I do have a 1 terabyte M.2 SSD coming. It won't be here for a couple days. I'm gonna get that switched out. We got screen protector from Spigen. Easy put on. Love Spigen screen protectors. They're amazing. I have it on my phones. Pretty cool stuff. So you guys just got a glimpse at the unboxing. You guys see everything that comes literally at your doors in a box. Not too much going on in there. Like I stated in the unboxing, I got the 64 gigabyte. There is the 256 and the 512. Me personally, I would recommend just going with the 64 for majority of the people. Now, if you're a big baller, you got money to spend, then go ahead and get the top notch. Either way, I feel like even if you get the 512, no matter what model you're gonna get, I feel like you're still gonna want to upgrade the SSD. That's something you're gonna want to do regardless of what model you want, because you can go ahead and purchase yourself a 1 terabyte for about $150, give or take. You might be able to find it on sale even cheaper. So that's something you're gonna do no matter what model you get. I'll have a video on all the mods that I did on the Steam Deck so far. I'm not gonna go over all that in this video, or it'll be too long, but I do want to go over what is so amazing about the Steam Deck and the things that I've been enjoying. If you're someone who's either looking to get a Switch or just want some type of handheld gaming experience, I will tell you right now, avoid everything else and get the Steam Deck. Yeah, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but I'm telling you, this thing literally does everything you needed to do. Not only that is it a handheld beast, this thing's a computer. So you can mount this up to any monitor and run this just like a PC if you want. You can run Windows on it. It runs Linux by default with the Steam OS operating system, but you can put Windows 10, Windows 11, you could dual boot it, so that way when you boot it up, you don't have to, like, you know, do some weird stuff. You literally select what OS you want it to operate on. Boom, you're operating on whatever OS you want. So really cool things, but the core of it is to be able to play your Steam library on the go. Sometimes I don't want to sit at this chair. I want to go lay on my bed, go sit on the couch while my girl's watching a movie or something, but I still want to be gaming, so I can bring my Steam Deck with me as we're watching a show, or she's technically watching a show. I'm just sitting next to her. So there's a lot of reasons why you might want to get a handheld. Now, for each person, that's going to vary on the particular reason why you would want this device. But if you're someone who likes to Switch, you're going to 100% love the Steam Deck. Now, if you're someone who doesn't like to tinker, you just want to be able to turn it on and go, you can get the Steam Deck there, but you're going to have to do some things first to get it to where you can literally just get it perfectly where you want it. And that way, every game you boot up is exactly the way you want it, with controls, graphics, all that stuff. Yes, it takes a little bit of tinkering compared to like the Switch, where you literally just load up the game and you're good to go. You don't even really need to mess with any graphic settings of any kind. Every game that's in the Switch store is 100% compatible with the Switch. You don't even have to think about it twice. Yes, that's the pro. There are some Switch titles that you will get on the Switch that you won't get on the Steam Deck, unless you find some type of emulator. I don't have any websites I can recommend to you guys as far as what emulator games are, but there is so many different emulators, from the Switch to the PlayStation to the Xbox. All that stuff can be played on the Steam Deck compared to the Switch. So you kind of see what I'm getting at here. There's so much more opportunities with the Steam Deck if you're willing to put the time in and to figure that stuff out and get it all situated. The Steam Deck is the literally king of them all. Yes, you can spend $1,000 and get some of these other third-party handhelds that might be able to perform with higher frame rates on certain games, but it just doesn't work as fluidly as a Steam Deck. When I'm looking at these videos and the operating system, SteamOS just seems to be the icing on the cake as far as the handheld, you know, community, as far as all the devices out there. I think the SteamOS has the best operating system other than possibly the Switch. Like I was stating, the Switch is very simple. Don't have to put much thought into it. It works, you go, bing, bam, boom, you're situated. I don't want to make this too much of a Steam versus Switch video. I will make another video on, like I said, on all the mods that I have situated to get your Steam Deck operating at the most optimal way, as far as having a decent amount of frame rate while giving you still great battery life and without kicking the fans up too high, so that way it's not draining more battery and it's not just being extra loud for no apparent reason. That will be in another video. If you don't want to wait for my videos, there's hundreds of other Steam Deck videos out there if you can't wait, but I will be releasing a video on all that stuff. We got Back for Blood, we got Cycle Frontier, Days Gone, Deep Rock, Doom Eternal, Dying Light 2, Fall Guys, Fallout 4, Grand Theft Auto. Crazy how good that looks on the Steam Deck. This thing looks like it's running, it runs pretty much everything on high, locked in frame rates at 40. So like I said, I'll have that in a mod video, why 40 locked in frame rate is the best way to go for battery life and performance. But I got Halo Infinite, Horizon, Left 4 Dead 2, Need for Speed Heat, Garden Warfare 2, Zomboid, Quake. Quake is actually a pretty dope, amazing first-person shooter if you just want to hop on, get some shooting going on. Yeah, you can play Call of Duty on here, some of those first-person shooters a lot of people like to play. There's a little bit of tinkering you got to do with Call of Duty games, but Quake. If you want a fast pace, hop on real quick, get some shooting in. Quake is a amazing game I've been enjoying on the Steam Deck. You got Rocket League, good old classic. Sea of Thieves, really dope. You can play Sea of Thieves on here. Just lay in bed, cruise on a boat, shoot some cannonballs at some ships. Amazing time. I love it. Stardew Valley, that's a classic. That's something, you know, I played on the Switch. I had to get it on the Steam Deck because at this point, it's looking like I'm probably not going to be touching my Switch too often. So there are some games on my Switch I didn't want to buy on the Steam Deck. I was like, I don't want to buy them twice. But that's another point I want to hit on with the Steam Deck. The games on the Steam Deck at the Steam store price range is amazing for a handheld compared to the Switch. Now with the Switch, you're paying the Switch tax. You're paying almost full price for any type of game. Yeah, you'll get some sales. Switch is pretty good with some decent sales, but nothing like the Steam store. Everybody knows the Steam store is godsend for discounts and sales. So many different games that you could buy for $4, $3, $5, $10. And you can even get AAA titles for as low as $10, $5. Not only that, you don't have to pay for online. You literally just have to have a Wi-Fi network and obviously a Steam account and whatever other accounts you need for launchers and all that. And you can go ahead and play online. That's another great thing why I always recommended PC over console. Amazing value for this handheld. Not only are you gonna save money on games, you're gonna save money on not having to pay no memberships. Overall, amazing value. It is worth the $400, give or take $500 price point, depending on what one you get. I can highly recommend getting the Steam Deck. Now, the one thing I will say that a lot of people are gonna notice with the Steam Deck, yes, it is a larger device. And it can be a little taxing based upon how you're utilizing. If you're laying in bed, you're holding this above your head, yes, it'll get a little bit heavy, especially if you're rocking this dbrand grip I got. It does make it a little bit thicker and adds a little bit more weight to it because you got the kickstand and all that stuff on it, but it is definitely comfortable in the hands. I would say it's more comfortable than the Switch as far as the way it grips in your hand. But I will say after using this for so long and I went back to the Switch, it's like the Switch is like a toy. This thing is crazy light. So you will notice the heftiness of the Steam Deck. Your fingers might start getting a little crampy holding it, and you got the buttons on the back, so the Switch doesn't have those. So if you're using those, you're gonna be cramping up your fingers a little bit. Again, I'm rambling. I don't even know. I'm hitting so many topics. I don't even know what's gonna be in this video, but we're gonna cut this video here. So final thoughts. If you're a gamer and you love playing PC games, maybe if it's just even a couple games, if you're a tinkerer, you like modifying things, if you're someone who just wants to change, maybe you want to just change things up a bit. You've been having a Switch for a while, you're getting bored with that. Who knows when the Switch Pro is going to come out? There's so many reasons why I could recommend the Steam Deck. So if you were on the fence, I will say, don't be on the fence, just get the Steam Deck. You're not going to be able to get the sale that I got. That's long gone. It's been like 2 weeks now since that sale, but they might have one later on down the line, maybe at the end of the year, maybe towards the holidays. So if you really want to wait for that 10%, maybe they'll do more, 15, maybe 20. Yeah, it's a nice sale, but you can go ahead and take the jump on the full price. Like I said, go with the 64 gigabyte, upgrade the internal memory yourself, get yourself that 1 terabyte micro SD card, and you got yourself a beast. If you guys are interested in these type of videos, especially with the Steam Deck, I will be having more videos come out on that. I do have some other videos on my whole PC gaming setup I got going on as well. I do have a video I released on my latest monitor I just upgraded. You can't see it, it's a little bit right here. I'll have that in the window right here if you want to check that out. Other than that, that's gonna do it for this video. If you did like this video, please hit that thumbs up, more so than anything, because that's what's gonna get my content out there for people to see it, help grow this channel. As you hear from all the content creators, it's like almost impossible to get the algorithm to pick you up. If you do enjoy all this type of tech content, I don't do just Steam Deck content. It's gonna be literally all things tech. It can be PC content, it can be Steam Deck, Switch, anything tech related. If you're interested in all that, always hit the subscribe button. I will have more content coming out. With that said, y'all stay nerdy. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.